future light in analytics. So that was really a key aspect when I decided that I wanted to have a career switch. So yeah, here I am, excited to answer all of your guys' questions.
Sure. Yeah, and it's my turn. So, hey guys, I'm Owen. I'm from the southeast part of China, and I studied marketing during my undergraduate degree. And after graduation, I actually work roughly 1 year as a data analyst at Trip.com in their Shanghai office. And I decided to go here for a master's degree because I come from a purely business background. So I realized I need a more systematic and comprehensive training in tech and also in the analytics field. And at Tepper, I am mainly focused on like discovering analytics topics and the intersection with marketing, which will lead to my future career in marketing science. And yeah, we are happy to help you answer any questions you have, especially for the round 3 applicants. And yeah, we are now starting to look into the questions. So the first question is, how does the recruitment season work and what kind of recruitments are you guys able to get? Yeah, I can start with these questions. The recruitments, because we are a 9 months program, is pretty intense. So we have like a 2 group of folks. The first one will start in the fall recruitment. We started last August, and a group of folks will start recruiting in since September and October, and they're mainly aimed for the consulting or investment banking positions because they only have one opportunity in a year, which is the fall recruitment. And the majority of our class are seeking for the tech job, and which means they are more focusing on the recruitment recently in the fall, in the spring semesters. And I think this year, as all of you know, is like an extremely challenging year, especially in the tech job opportunities. So most of the people or classmates who got offers are from consulting, and there's also some other tech or startup offers, and they are mostly are still looking for it. And until like before we actually graduate, we cannot give you an exact number or a proportion of what kind of work we get, but hopefully it will present it in our career report really soon. And yeah, this one have quick. And the next question is, what is the career service at Tepper MSBA like, and how much did you take advantage of it? Do you want to take over this question, Jay?
Sure. Yeah. Honestly, I can't see these questions because probably I joined late.
Sure.
Can you just repeat the question again, please?
Yeah. What is the career service at Tepper MSBA like, and how much do you take advantage of it?
Right. So that's a great question. Even I used to wonder a lot about this question before coming to Tepper. So we have something called like MCC, that is Masters Career Center. Basically, even before we came here as students, we were reached out by MCC to start working on our resumes, our cover letters, and stuff. So you start pretty early. They guide you how to. They give you templates how to design your resume. They will guide you how to speak your elevator pitch when you are attending some career fairs. Apart from that, they also do one-to-one sessions with you. So it's like a feedback session. What is going on currently? Like if you have any interviews, you can probably reach out to them. They'll have a one-to-one session with you. Probably connect you with some MBA students from the uh, same background of what company you're interviewing for. So that has been pretty helpful for me personally. Uh, I had some interviews in the healthcare domain. I had zero experience in that, so I connected with a few MBA students big through the MCC. So that was really helpful. Apart from that, I think MCC also really, has a very structured approach for all the students here. Even for career fairs, uh, they have a session before each career fair. They train you how to approach uh, any company you are having an individual session with, be it virtual or in person. So I think it's a great tool that you have to capitalize on as a student here to get your preferred jobs.
Yeah, yeah. I want to add on that. I am impressed or surprised by how accessible our career coach is, because I also talked with other MSBA folks from other university, and one of the main complaints is the career resources is very limited, and they cannot reach out to their career coach in time, and there's like a resume piling up. But there is not a problem here. We are assigned a specific career coach, which means we can build a direct interactions, like starting one-on-one meetings weekly or even twice a week. And if you have any questions regarding networking, career directions, or your job application, your job search, you can directly email them, and they are really responsive. And also we kind of have a pool of the career coaches that you can flexibly shift from, because I was aiming at tech company at the beginning of this program, so they assigned me with a coach who's experienced in a tech field. And after I got a consulting interview, and I quickly shift the career coach into a coach with 10 years experience in IBM, who helped me with the case interview, who helped me with the behavioral interview, which is super supportive and really approachable. And besides the MCC means the Master Career Coach Center. And besides the MCC resources, we also have like the communication coach, which is led by the MBA students, which means because we are more around the same age, and they can easily help us to prepare the resume, prepare the behavioral questions, interview, something like that, in a add-on values to the MCC career coach. And then our program director, and also Jack, the director of the MCC, also organized a series of events. Like Jake mentions, we have a lot of like networking series, a lot of like boot camp to teach you how to network with people, reach out to people on LinkedIn, send cold messages, start a coffee chat, and or how to behave more confidently, how to answer questions correctly in the career fair, elevators pitch, something like that. These communication skills are extremely helpful. And if you're international students, when you come to the US, you realize how important networking is when seeking for a job here. So I think you can get all the support from the MCC and also the MBA cohort. And yeah, I think the resources are pretty accessible. And yeah, this is the second question. Okay, the third question is, I wanted to know about official transcripts mark sheet that has been sent to the university. Is there any particular portal, or is it like a WES evaluations? I don't remember. I don't think CMU, Tepper, MSBA require WES evaluations. In my case, I just put on my resume because I study my university in China. So I not only submitted the Chinese version, but also submitted the English version. And I think that is enough. And of course, if you have applied for the WES evaluation, you can also attach as an add-on material, but I don't think it's required. But this is just based on our experience for our application season. For more details, you may reach out to the admission team.
Yeah, because I remember I had done WES, and I had submitted my WES because it's kind of optional. It's not required at all. I had done it for a couple of universities, like Columbia required it, so I had done it. But it's like totally optional. You're not required to do any of the evaluations. You can just submit your normal transcripts.
Sure. And I think the next question is for you, Jay. Can people with 4 years of experience pursue full-time MSBA?
I mean, like, of course, there's no like any cap on how many years of experience you would want to have before coming for this program. I think if you are having like a 4 years experience, probably I would say that you already have a lot of business knowledge and like the domain knowledge in this sector. Uh, Suggestion would be like it's totally a personal choice. Rather, I would say it's kind of you're already trained with the corporate sector. You know, it's your thinking is structured. You are channelizing your uh, you know focus on every possible thing which we learn here. So I think I remember because in our cohort, Owen, we have maximum like 3 to 4 years, right? So I think 4 years of experience can obviously like um, apply for this course.
Yeah, I will encourage you to like without or with work experience, all of you to apply for this program because at first this program is set for those who have little or no prior work experience. But during the admission or during based on our cohort, I can see people with like more than 4 years or around 4 years, even though most of our cohort is with someone like me with less than a year work experience, but the admission team will focus more on the potential of the candidates and the ability to translate like analytic insight into business recommendations. So make sure you mention this. I don't think the work experience or how long the work experience will be obstacles for you to apply. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like I think mainly even after 4 years of work experience, if you're looking for a master's, then your short-term and long-term goals have to be aligned with what the course has to offer. So I think you can probably take the decision based on that.
Correct. Okay, the next question is round 3 a disadvantage? What do you think?
Um, I think it worked out well for me. So I don't know, like probably sometimes it's good to be in the end, but probably because we were the first batch, it was really kind of, people were applying late and stuff. So I'm not too sure for this question. Probably you can, I mean, it's never a disadvantage to apply late or early to any university, I would say. It
Yeah,
just depends on what you have to offer to the program. It's not really when you apply, to be honest.
correct. I think I see the same. Like, I believe for the mission team, every round have its own quota, and it's not that you apply in the first round and you got a advantage like a first mover advantage. This does not apply because they have the same standardization or standardized process of evaluating your profile, and it's not just based on one professor or one admission team's judgment. Is based on the entire teams. They assign score and they average the score, so they make sure this algorithm, this kind of score, is equal enough. And so I don't think round 3 is a disadvantage. And yeah.
And also to add on to that, I would say that a lot of students in round 1 and round 2 are also been waitlisted. So they are probably considering people in round 3 also to have such kind of skill set, what they're looking for. So I don't think it's a disadvantage, to be honest. Like you will be equally considered for the seats here. So yeah.
Correct.
Okay. I
And
think the next question I would say is it possible to defer the MSBA program? I'm not sure on this. I would
I think I have the answer.
rather ask you to
Yeah.
reach out to James or someone from the admissions
No,
team.
I actually asked Kevin the same question
Oh,
because
you did?
yeah, I have received a similar request from my Tepper email.
Mm-hmm.
And the Kevin said is possible to defer MSPA program to the other year
Okay.
in terms of the situation right now. And but it's like based on a case-by-case scenario. So which means you need to apply manually and just talked with our program director, Kevin, or the admission team of why you want to defer, and if the reason is reasonable enough, they can give you the options.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, next question. Is 323 GRE good to apply? Oh, I love this question because I ask a lot when I apply for school. What's your GRE score, Jay, when you apply?
Oh, honestly, I didn't give GRE or GMAT or anything because,
You skip it.
uh,
That's great.
yeah, I skipped it because I was probably very occupied with a lot of
Mhm.
stuff with my work experience stuff. So, and I also believe that my profile was strong enough to apply without a GRE or a GMAT, to be honest, because um, I had the right background and also the right jobs for like a seat in any business analytics master's program. So I honestly did I skipped it. I didn't feel the need to give that.
Yeah. I will share mine. I have two GRE score. One is 327. The other one is 324, which is not impressive at all. I know a lot of international students will achieve a higher score like 330 or a GMAT score higher than like 700. But
Yeah.
this is not the points because we really don't value to it's not value, it's not we put the profile, we evaluate the profile in a very comprehensive way, but not in a only based on your standardized score. So it's not saying that if your GRE score is lower than average, then you'll be rejected. This is not going to happen because like Jay is an international student. He didn't even submit the GRE score, and mine, the one I submitted is the one that is lower, but with a relatively higher quantitative score, which is 324. And so if you, I think if you are 323, but your quantitative score is relatively higher, you can just submit it because, and especially if you have other internships experience or other project experience, I think you got a very high chance. Yeah. Don't just focus on the GRE, GPA, something like that, because in the business school, when you go inside, you will notice we don't care about GPA, and we just we just want to train our ability to actually work into practical analytic work and train our soft skills, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just a threshold that it's like
Mhm.
the stage one to check your score fine, and they move ahead, check your profile. So um, it matters just for the uh, first step to be cleared. So I
Mhm.
don't think you need to worry about a good GRE score to apply.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, next question.
Mhm.
How's your studying experience for the program in Tepper? I mean, I think this question is mainly focused on the course experience, right?
Right.
You want to start, Jay?
Sure. Yeah. So when we first came here, we started with some subjects like business fundamentals. So you start with getting an overview of all types of basics of business. You start with finance, marketing, economics, accounting, and stuff. So and then you start diving deep for each analytics. So you start doing marketing analytics in depth. Then you start with operations analytics, data analytics for finance. So it's it starts with a very base and it builds you to do some analytics on a particular business problem. And every subject here, according to my experience, has been application based,
Mm.
nothing theory. It's like you understand a business problem, you try to solve it using analytics. It's kind of um, you know you're doing the right technical stuff, but to solve something in like a business question, business problem.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I think my experience has been pretty good so far. Apart from it being a very fast-paced course and it's really rigorous. I mean, you have to put in a lot of hours. You have to, at least. Uh, so of course, like in a week, you will have at least 5 to 6 assignments to do. You'll always be on your toes, working on a lot of stuff simultaneously. So my experience overall has been really great, um, because the course has to offer really great subjects and the faculty here is amazing. Yeah, like
Mhm.
you can reach out to them whenever you like you face any challenges, and even the assistants, like the teaching assistants, like they are really available all the time. So I think uh, my concepts have been really cleared here, and overall like the experience was great.
Mhm.
And I'm sure you want to add something more, Owen.
Yeah, sure. I mean, our courses is quite, the syllabus and the system is quite comprehensive and systematic. I can divide it into like three pillars. The first one is the programming and the tech topics. We have like everything you need to become a business analyst or data scientist. For example, we have programming in R and Python, we have SQL, we have Tableau visualizations. We have two machine learning classes, which is like, in this sense, is more technical than the general MSBA program. We also have some stats courses, something like that. And the good thing is they don't expect you to have a too strong programming background. Amar, our professor, will teach you from very scratch, from the data type, function loop, and type you like live coding and walk you through the entire process from scratch. And the second pillar is the analytics course, which means after we have the technical foundations from Mini 1, we will apply into the subject matter analytic course like marketing analytics, or this semester we have data analytics in finance, or last semester in supply chain or operations. They more focus on how to use analytics as a tool to solve the problems in the business subjects or matters. And the third pillar is more like soft skills or communications course. Like we have business communications, we have managing teams and society and organizations. And this course are mainly focused on developing your communication skills, your presentation skills, and your ability to convey or interpret the business insight to the audience. And yeah, as Jay said, the course are very, very practical. Even in the programming course or in the analytic course, they are all case study based or project based. Every class, every homework will do a little like mini projects that using the real world data sets. And because we all have work experience before, and I'm confident to say that the gap between this academic subject and the actual work is like really small, which means you can actually apply the code and analytic method into your future career, which is quite helpful. Yeah. And yeah, that's our studying experience for Tepper. And I believe we have more to say, but for the time constraints, we will move on to the next question. Okay, the next question will be a little bit harsh. Will layoff or recession affect the 2024 MSBA pass outs? What do you think?
I think honestly, the market's gonna get better by September and probably October. You start seeing a lot of more openings, and hopefully the layoffs will stop. But yes, I think for 2023 batch, honestly, we were kind of affected. But I am not too sure on 2024. You can't say, to be honest, like things can go either way. But to be honest, being in the US, seeing how things are going, talking to people here, networking with, a lot of C-suite people, you kind of get the idea that probably towards the end of September or probably October, things might get better. So yeah, it's just hanging in there, taking your time, and then I think you'll land a good job or something. So
Yeah,
for 2024, to be honest, can't really say for now, but I am predicting that it wouldn't really affect them.
same. I think the worst thing happened on our class, not yours. And
Yeah.
because this 2023 and 2022 is a massive layoff. So our cohort or the similar MSBA or data science or any tech programs in the universe, it's not only in CMU, are greatly affected. But I think the job market will quite like gradually warm up because they lay off, but they need more new blood for the company. So I think in your cohort, it will be better, but nothing for sure. The only thing you can do is to build up your strength in the job market and to make flexible changes or adaptations, yeah, as per the situations.
Yeah, I think even the next question kind of addresses the same thing. Yeah, I'd just like
Yeah.
to specify. The question says that what are the chances of not getting an offer after doing the MSBA program.
Mhm.
I would say like it totally depends on you. Like if you're not learning anything, being a master's student probably, then uh, you wouldn't have the right skill set to answer things in the interview. But honestly, it does this program does really train you. It's like a very structured program. You will be trained to answer almost everything that is asked in an interview, but it also depends on how you present yourself,
Yeah.
and you kind of, you know, anticipate what kind of what the interviewer is looking for.
Mhm.
So it's kind of really a personal skill that you also would want to develop.
Mhm.
uh, and I don't think many people might not get jobs after the
Yeah,
program.
correct. Yeah, we are, even though we are now still in the massive spring recruitment season and we cannot give you the exact data points, but I think, as Jay said, it's really depend on how you leverage the resource and how what kind of efforts you pay into it. And yeah, this will affect your result. And okay, the next question is, how do you choose Tepper MSBA among all the admissions you have? Well, I can start with these questions because I answer a lot through replying the emails from the prospective students. So the first thing I will look into an MSBA program is I not only look into a technical depth, which can give me all the tools or all the technical skills I can be successful in the future data science analyst position. And I will look into whether this program teach Python, because some programs, as I know, is only teach R, but nowadays, if you interview, you will notice SQL and Python is the top two programming language they will test for. And also, do they have very in-depth machine learning class? And yeah, we have two classes, so that's pretty rough and pretty hardcore enough. And not only in a technical depth, but also the very business applications. Is like we are not in a software engineer position, we are not in a machine learning engineer position, but rather we are more non-replaceable. Is like a person who can translate the analytic results into actual business recommendations. So I would look into the analytics courses. Do they give us this kind of chance or projects that can lead us to build up our analytic strength or other soft skills like communications, interpretations, something like that. So it's like a comprehensive consideration of those two sets. And also, as you can see, my background is a logo of our Tepper School of Business, the Intelligence Future. And I don't think there's like another second business school in the States that can actually blend technology into business analytics that strong and serve as their business school's mission. I think Tepper is one of the top programs stood out to me just because of its values, its course, systematic trainings, and yeah, based on all this, and also the reputation of Carnegie Mellon, of course. And this semester, I'm actually auditing a few classes at Heinz or the computer science departments to learn more of the technical depth. So you, as a Tepper students, you can also enjoy all the resources from the Carnegie Mellon University, which is really famous for the CS program. Yeah, that's my decision. What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I think you covered it all. I think I'd just like to add on the collaborative,
Mm-hmm.
like Tepper in general is a really collaborative school. As you
Yeah.
see in his background, everything is made up of class. You can probably enter any breakout room if you think that probably you want to pitch in your idea. We have South Center of Entrepreneurship. You have a startup idea. You can obviously
Yes.
leverage uh, those facilities here. So I think all in all, the student clubs and everything makes
Mhm.
you as a student really comfortable, apart from just uh, the academic stuff that just Owen just mentioned.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I think the collaborative sense of you being involved in a lot of activities here also really attracted me, to be honest.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I think Owen covered most of it, what I would probably look in a school.
Yeah, sure. Let's move on. Based on my preference, I'm glad Tepper School offers such technical courses. Wondering if you feel stressful with the curriculum or any assistance from the school. Well, I come from a completely business background, so I think I can answer this question first. I come from a marketing background. The only programming language I know was SQL, the database language, but I have little or no prior Python or experience before. But as I mentioned, don't need to worry about it because from the media one, the professor will actually teach you from very scratch. They don't expect you to have any programming backgrounds. And of course, the pace is really fast because we're like 6 or 7 weeks per semester, and we need to cover like 5 courses. But the resources are there. There are like tons of office hours offered by the TA and the professor, and you can ask questions directly to them during the office hour or in class. And also I also want to add on that our homework or projects is mainly team-based projects, and we are kind of like distributed into a group with computer scientists like Jay and business person and people from different backgrounds so that you can actually learn from them, not only from the faculty, but also from your own cohort. So I don't think is too overwhelming. It is stressful. I'm not going to lie, but you can definitely handle it. Yeah.
I think you answered it spot on.
And
Right.
life. Which do you think is the best any other medium tier university with 30% scholarship or CMU? What do you think?
Can't answer this, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Totally depends on what your preference is. Like if you're looking for like a budget constraint,
Mm-hmm.
then like CMU, to be honest, is expensive, but it also offers a lot of facilities, what it charges for. So I mean, it totally depends if you have some budget constraints or you have a specific location you want to go to, not come to Pittsburgh, or you want to actually go to New York for some networking events and stuff. So like, uh, I would say list down the factors, what your preferences are,
Mm-hmm.
what what you're looking for in a master's program, and then you should probably take a call. I mean, I don't think I would be the best person to answer this because it totally
Mm-hmm.
depends on a personal scale.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like it totally depends on what you want to do in the future, like your career goal, whether you want to stay in the US or what kind of job, what kind of roles you want to go into, and what kind of experience you want to get from the program. And one advice is don't treat tuitions as a primary like consideration factors when you decide which school, because this is like education investments, and put your goal and your fit with the school first. And from my experience, I kind of like I gave up the scholarship from the University of Michigan Ross Business School, and also from UC Davis, their half scholarship. Because I think Tepper or Carnegie Mellon is the best place for me to transform my career from a data analyst to a data scientist. And this kind of opportunities or this kind of resources cannot offer by the other school. So I value more my fit, my cultural fit, and my the resources I can get over what kind of tuitions I gotta pay. Yeah, hopefully that's helpful.
See, I was told by the admissions counselor of MSBA at CMU that 4 years of experience is a disadvantage. I mean, yeah, because probably the maximum we have is 3 to 4 years. It is mainly for folks that have prior 0 to 1 to 2 years of work experience, who want to learn the skill set which is necessary in a corporate for any analytics based roles.
Mhm.
So I think after 4 to 5 years of work experience, you as an individual would like probably learn and self-learn most of the things which is taught here. So
Mhm.
like apart from the analytics heavy subjects, like the business subjects and stuff, like probably would be covered in most of your work experience
Mhm.
background. So probably it might be a disadvantage.
Yeah, I think the reason for that will also be like because we have the online MSBA program, which is
Right,
pretty famous, is like ranked the top two
right,
online MSBA program by the US News, and those program are that program is specifically for people with 3 or 4 years or more experience. They want to differentiate this program from the full-time program, and that's why they think is a disadvantage because probably they want you to encourage you to apply for the other online MSBA program. Yeah.
that's right. Vanessa says that I noticed that the class size of the program is little more than 50 students. And before the third round, there has been about 30 to 40 students who have got offers. So I wonder how many offers are you available to give in the third round, especially to international students? Probably this is the best question for the admissions team. We are in no hands to
Have no asset,
decide how many students are going to come in. So yeah,
but I believe
sorry, but
every
we couldn't answer your question.
yeah, but I believe every rounds have the quota, which means otherwise they will just close the application and
Right,
directly cancel the final round. So
right, right, right.
don't, yeah, instead of like worrying about what kind of quotas they will offer, just write your good resume, good essay, and try your best in your interview and strive for the best. Yeah.
What is the cost of attendance of program for full-time MSBA? I think it is mentioned on the website,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but it's around probably $80,000.
Yeah, I think the exact number I can't remember, but yeah, this is also a good questions to ask for the admission team or explore on our
The website.
site. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have mentioned clearly what is the tuition cost, what is the miscellaneous costs, what will be the living costs and stuff. So probably you can explore that.
Correct.
As a program that has just started in-person full-time offering, do you observe any difficulty of accessing resources or navigating through it? Honestly, no. We have access to everything, like all the student clubs and like I would not say all because we are a 1 year program and the MBA have like a 2 year program, so they have specific student clubs for the MBAs as well.
Mhm.
But all the other resources like the Masters Career Center and the SWOT Center of Entrepreneurship, you have access to everything as good as an MBA student at Tepper. So I think there's no difficulty of accessing any resources.
Yeah, and we are not a brand new programs. We like before that, it's like 4 or 5 years experiencing of offering the online MSBA program, and we share the same most of the same professor, the syllabus and the material. So I think it's a pretty mature program in terms of the course design and the delivery, and also for the resources, it's really accessible. They have, as I mentioned, we have like at each of us has an assigned career coach, and also we have all access to the MBA clubs resources. We have all kind of startup entrepreneurship resources if you want. So I don't think is a difficult question process of access the resources, but instead I feel like there are too many resources that we cannot navigate, like decide who to choose, and there's always opportunities in front of you, and what you need to do is to prioritize them. Yeah.
Right. Um, Hey Jay and hey Owen. Hi Tina. How would you suggest the upcoming students to get started or prepared for the program before it starts, other than brushing up on your programming skills? I would say uh, they develop everything from scratch, so you don't really need to do anything apart from brushing up your Python and R skills. Honestly, you will be in a good shape if you just have a small background of Python or R.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, if you right, if you have time right now, is not is really encourageable to how to say to start practicing your technical skills in advance, like start earlier, and you can start applying in the fall semester, which is kind of an advantage compared to those who apply in the spring semester. And yeah, it does not harm, but don't need to like over worry about it, because even before the program starts, you will be assigned MCC counselor, like the career coach. Before I get to the US, I've already got a resume done with my coach, we have already have several meetings about my career choice and the directions. And I think this is quite advanced thinking. And by the time you actually start the program, you are like 90 or 80% ready for the behavioral interval. And this is a good sign. Yeah.
Someone wants to know if the program time can be extended, and if he or she receives an offer, is it possible to delay my enrollment? So I think we answered the second half of it.
Mhm.
The first half, I would say that it's not really possible to extend the deadline, because I remember I also asked this question in my interview with Tepper, and I remember my interviewer said that it's not really possible to, extend this program, because they have it in a very structured way and they want everyone to like clear all the taken courses within time. So I don't think it's a possibility to extend the course.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Jay has answered this question.
Hmm. Is there any way to get more scholarship than what we have, what they have offered me?
They didn't offer me anything.
Yeah, they just offered me very less, to be honest. So
Oh, you at least you have some.
yeah, so I don't think I think you can probably ask the admissions team for this. We are not the best people to answer this.
Yeah, there's like other ways you can have scholarship or support when you're in this program. For example, you can apply for a TA or assistantship, and they pay really well. And for example, Jay and I have been involved in several data competitions, and we got a prize from the competition because we win some places, and that's a way we can, as a way of scholarship. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
see. A friend of mine attended the AMA session and got a chance to waive the application fee. Is it applicable to this AMA session that we are now attending? Do you have any information about that?
No, but honestly, this is like an information session basically for prospective students and already enrolled students. So I don't think this is like an AMA session.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I don't think there is any possibility to, waive the application fees
yeah,
now.
but you can always ask the admission team
Yeah,
because
you can always get in touch with James, someone answer
they is like
ask this question over email or something.
yeah.
For people graduated fresh from college and don't have straightforward technical project experience, like Owen's data analyst role, do you foresee any difficulties of recruiting, and how would you suggest that we can enhance our presence? Owen, do you want to take this?
Yeah, I think 80% of our cohort doesn't have work experience like us. We are like exceptions, because we have like a formal work experience. And the way that the other students think, I don't think they are stressful, because they are more or less have some prior programming experience or math or some stats course before. And I think this is one of the application material when you applying for this program. They will ask for your programming proficiency and the mathematics background, and that, even though it's not a like a prerequisite, but is I encourage you to have some. And if you want to succeed or better build up your technical strength even before the program to start in the fall recruitments, you can always start early by practicing your SQL or Python skills or machine learning knowledge online on your own, but it's not super necessary, and don't overwhelm yourself before the program. Just enjoy the last summer you have, summer holiday you have. And yeah, if you want to practice, I think I previously for Python, I practice on Data Camp on the website. And for SQL, I practice on HackerRank. And yeah, it's completely based on your preference and your own process, but don't overwhelm yourself even before the program start. Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on that, probably freshers who are directly coming out of college and someone who has like a couple of years of work experience. Sometimes they target different roles. Sometimes most of the freshers target entry level roles, which is not what I am kind of looking at. I don't want an entry level role. So kind of it is really, sometimes it's really different for what kind of the jobs both of these categories are looking at. So I think that is also like somewhere you can, make yourself feel better that, people with work experience are not targeting your roles, to be honest.
Mhm.
What do you think about the job market when we graduate in a year from now? Now that there's a possibility of a recession, will that be impeding our chances to get a job?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
we already spoke about this, right?
yeah, it's like hopefully it will get better.
Better, yeah.
What you gonna do now? We don't have the power to change. What we have power is to improve ourselves and just to prepare and adapt to different scenarios. Yeah. And for the rest of the question, we will quickly go on because we only have 15 minutes left. And if there are some questions we have answered before, we'll skip that. And if there are some unanswered questions, please welcome to email us or email the admission team afterwards. So the next question is, what other colleges you get into? I think we have already answered these questions too.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
we can skip this question.
yeah, yeah,
Would
yeah.
you suggest taking a gap year or considering deferred enrollment if you feel your background is not sufficient? Like a personal choice. I don't think we can uh, guide you on this, to be honest.
I
After
took
how long
I
will
took a
we?
gap year. I took a
You
gap year
did? Oh, I
after
see.
graduations because I just want to have a sense of like if I really love this data analytics field because I come from
Right.
marketing backgrounds. But after experiencing, I know I love this job and I know I want to pursue it in a longer ways, and that's my scenario. But you need to analyze based on your preference and your career goal. Yeah.
Mhm. Someone asks, after how long will we get our I-20s? I think CMU takes a lot of time to give out I-20s. So I think patience is the key here.
Yeah, just start applying as soon as possible. But I don't think anyone have issue like coming to the US or have delayed their visa. I think everyone can make it on time. Yeah, don't worry about it. Best
Hmm.
way to this one you can ask the admission team best way to get application fee waiver. We don't have the decision power.
Yeah, referring to the admissions, I was put in a waitlist, unfortunately. Any suggestions uh, that can benefit getting off getting off the waitlist? I'm not sure what the clarity of the question is, but like honestly, even I was on the waitlist before getting in. But you just have to keep your fingers crossed and wait till the end,
Mhm.
and wait for an interview call.
Yeah, and I would suggest you to send a thank you note or love letter, but not in a cliche or template way, but actually explore our website, talk to a student ambassador like us, or talk to a current students, get to illustrate why you're fit for this program and your recent updates. And yeah, try everything you want to get off the waitlist, and good luck with that.
Will no GRE be a problem in visa interviews? Oh, they don't ask you about the
Yeah,
GRE stuff in visa interviews, so you don't need to worry.
yeah.
Is an interview a required procedure for admission? Yeah, I think yes. It's a very mandatory thing. They also want to see your communication skills and how you are as a personality. So
Mhm.
yeah, I think this is kind of really a key thing they are looking for during an admissions.
Yeah, and
Uh,
pay very much attention to the interview because as a
yeah,
business school, we really value your ability to communicate and your purpose or yeah, your engagements with the community and the kind of drive you show during the interview. Yeah.
what kind of career fairs do you guys attend? If you want to focus in tech, are you allowed to go to career fairs in both SCS and ECE and Tepper? Okay, yeah. So career fairs will be a general career fair for entire CMU. We don't have career fairs particularly only for Tepper or only for SCS, but it totally depends on what companies are offering. Say, suppose any company is only coming to hire software developers, probably you were not the right candidate to stand in the booth of that company. So like I would suggest that uh, analyze all the companies that are coming like pre-hand and then decide which companies you're going to target, focus on them, like get some questions beforehand, and like I think you should stand out on the career fairs because career fairs usually help to get an interview.
Yeah, yeah. And we have experienced like 7 or 8 different career interview, like whether small or big, whether virtual or on or offline, and some of them are data science focused and some of them are more general, but there's opportunities there. And I think the CMU resources, the career fair is quite strong compared to the other programs or school. Yeah.
Any financial aid scholarships available after admission? I think yeah, there are some. I suggest you to read more on the website, uh, or there are some government programs as well that if you are interested, you can apply for scholarships there. But so I think apart from that, CMU doesn't have to offer many scholarships apart from what they are giving you. So I think you can check the website. How late can LORs come from the round 3 deadlines of 24th March? I think the best person to answer this is the admissions team. You can just email them.
Is there any data on what % of international students end up working in the US post in this program? Just worry about employability. Yeah, as we mentioned, we do not have specific data points for now. And because we are still in a massive spring recruitment, and this mini semester is our major major base for the recruitment. But I think Calvin will share the data quite quickly, like once we graduate, and every data points will be shown on the website, or you can directly ask them for the source. Yeah.
I think Owen, the next question is for you. Hi Owen, could you elaborate more about opportunities to order classes outside the MSBA program?
Yeah, I want to clarify that we actually don't have much opportunity to take the elective course from the other programs, because the course is already lockstep, because it's very intense and very comprehensive. But if you behave well in the first or second mini semester in the fall semesters, you can talk to our program directors, and he will devise a personalized plan for you if you want to add, or if you want to add one additional course you want to take. But just to mention, like the computer science or the information technology course are really heavy coding, and so you will have a risk of not passing the course, and which will influence your graduations. But we have this flexibility of choosing the course or other courses in the other school, like computer science or Heinz College. So yeah, we have the opportunity, but in general, our course is pretty lockstep.
Is the 9-month program at par with the standard technical 2 years master's program? I think it is quite at par because uh, in the end, it's a master's degree, be it 2 years or 9 months. The companies don't care. Uh, it's just that if you're in a 2 years master's program, you probably have the opportunity to intern as well. Here, you don't get the opportunity to intern at any company, so you have to only start looking for full-time roles. That is probably the only difference. But apart from that, the kind of uh, courses we are taking around 10 courses every semester. So that is kind of really aligned to what a 2 years master program has to offer.
What would you say is a drawback or the weakest point for this program in your experience? I think it's definitely the length of this program. It's like, but we can't complain too much because there's like tons of other 1-year MSBA program, because as an MSBA program is designed best within a year, or a year and a half, and they have the reason to teach you everything within this 9 months or 10 months, and there's no reason to extend or to add another additional semester. Yeah, I think this is one weak points I can think of. Yeah, what about
Yeah,
you?
I think we could also have some electives if we wanted
Yeah.
to choose. So yeah, that could be possible addition to next year's program.
Mhm, mhm.
Hmm.
Is the career service of MSBA same with the MSCF program? Yes, we share under the same Tepper School master all major, including the MBA students, we share the same coach. So yeah, we have every reason to believe them. They are really strong and really capable of helping you because they have really strong experience before helping the other MBA students or MSCF program. And yeah, their outcomes is pretty good. And I think that will same apply to us. Yeah.
Hmm. Next we have is how many intakes are there? I think probably they might increase it this time. Not sure. Uh, but it might be around like 60 students, 60 or 70
Yeah.
students. Not
I spoke to
more.
Kevin, our program director, yesterday, and he said for this cohort, we won't expand too much. It's like just around the same size, probably 50 to 60 students as a cohort. Yeah.
Next one is quite interesting. Is
Mhm,
ChatGPT is a new revolution for many jobs.
mhm, mhm.
If we consider future vision of business analytics career, how will ChatGPT affect business analytics career? Number of BA positions will decrease due to ChatGPT. Totally depends on what the market has to offer, probably in a year or something, because ChatGPT is fairly new right now.
Mhm.
And we know that as a matter of fact, like with GPT-4, Microsoft has partnered with OpenAI, and they are coming up with a lot of um, intricate solutions for a lot of their problems. Like you just type in, uh, design me a chart for so and so data. It'll give you like a perfect chart in Power BI, or just say make so and so 10 slides. It will give you 10 slides. So uh, at the end, I would say any AI cannot replace human, because you need a human to even audit the chart or a slides of a presentation. So I think you need any analytical mindset to infer from what ChatGPT has to provide.
Yeah, and I want to add on that I don't think our MSBA program should be worried about these problems. In like because ChatGPT mainly replace the repetitive and also the very systematic or non-subjective thinkings. I think the more concerned group of part would be the purely like data analyst or the software engineer. Those kind of guy will be replaced first because in our program, as I mentioned, we not only focus on the technical depth, but more importantly, the ability to interpret the insights or the results from your data analysis and how to translate, how to use these insights into business decision making. And we are serving as a bridge in organizations collaborating cross-functionally, not only building the code, not writing the code every day, like 6 hours a day. We are like really serve as an intermediate to collaborate cross-functionally to drive the business decision, and which is what make us more not replaceable compared to the other pure technical roles. Yeah, that hopefully can give you an insight.
All right, I think we are on the last one now. Oh no, second last one.
Oh, no.
Whom to email for the letter of intent? I think Owen, you mentioned that
Mm-hmm. I think
if
the
someone
best,
is in a wait list.
yeah, I think the best way is to go on our MSBA admissions or application website, and they have the chat box or they have the official admission emails that you can send. Yeah.
Hmm. I think the last one is what are the typical career roles post this program? I would say uh, totally depends on what your skill set has to offer. People go, like, it's quite varied. People go into consulting, people go into project management, people go into data analytics role, data scientist roles, business analyst roles. So you are kind of open to a lot of roles, not only particularly focusing on one career path. It's kind of open for a lot of domains here.
Yeah, I think the names varies differently, but the core functions or the main job responsibilities is basically the same. So we'll expect some data engineer, business intelligence engineer, or business analyst, data analyst, data scientist like me, but in a more client-facing role. Or if you come from a technical backgrounds, you might probably be capable of like applying for machine learning engineer or modeling data scientist. I think it's pretty flexible and pretty there's a broad choice in terms of the outcomes.
I think we're all done, is it?
Yeah, I think we all done and perfect timing.
Hmm.
And great. And yeah, I think this is the very end of our Q&A sessions. And if you have further questions, please reach out to us. Our profile will be in the official website of the MSBA program. And you can also connect us on LinkedIn or email. My LinkedIn name is the same as my name here. Yeah, you can search my name or Jay's name. Jay, is there LinkedIn the same as
Yeah,
your?
it is. Like,
Yeah,
I think if we can, is there a chat here? Can probably put it in the chat.
probably we can try. I can see the chat here, but you can try to rename your
No, it's kind of like my name is the same on LinkedIn, so
yeah.
anyone, like, you can reach out to me.
Yeah.
Also, just, yeah, feel free to email about any questions you guys have.
Mhm.
I know, like, many of you guys have decided on accepting the admit. Like, any other queries that we can help you guys for, just feel free to, reach out to us. Feel free to email us. Think if you go to the official website, there are both of our email IDs are mentioned. So yeah, it was great answering all of the questions today,
Yeah,
and
and
we
good
look
luck.
forward to meeting you all in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, good luck on your
Good
application.
luck, guys.
Bye.